Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Mic'd Up and Mildly Qualified. This is a pop culture comedy podcast. And, of course, it is brought to you by three hosts, myself, Thomas Crowder.
Nick Beaton.
And Matthew Phillips.
Now,
Is this still the Pop Culture Power Hour?
damn straight.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Now, listen,
That's strike
folks,
one.
I feel like we have to address
For
some
what?
No, him.
No.
Hey, save the strikes for generational talent. Another podcast.
Dumb.
No, I am going to address some elephants in the room, not all elephants. If you want to know all the juicy deets, by all means, most of you have my cell phone number. Now, this is, and if you watched any of my Instagram content, this is not a complete rehash of the former Pipes and Ponchos.
Gosh, dang it, no. It's not.
If you were a fan of Pipes and Poncho, much of the layout is going to be the same. Segments 1, 2, and 3 are all pretty similar.
Yeah.
However, with this new show, there will be a slight cut in how much and how egregious the comedy can get. We are shooting for a TV 14 kind of rating here, mainly because we want listeners to be comfortable when they listen. And, sometimes it's hard to listen to our podcast if you got a car full of kids. So. And we want to address it, if nothing else. So if you notice that we're not saying the C word as much, you're welcome.
Yeah. We cater to all ages now.
Yeah, as long as you're a teenager.
I was going to say most.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, should your 5-year-old listen to this?
No.
If they're cool, but probably not. So,
they're cool.
Again, this is primarily a TV 14. I would say PG 13, but there are some strict differences between those two things. So
Tell
TV
us more, Papa Tommy.
TV 14 can get away with slightly more language, but again, there are some limits. You're not going to hear us dropping every curse word we know, and there are certain ones that are completely off the table. It can also get into certain sexual situations, but nothing too egregious. Again, certain jokes that we
Certain sexual situations was my nickname in college.
Some as in very minimal.
Yeah, some. Certain being very specific and occasional.
Like we will make jokes, but obviously, like there are limits. And
Like,
if
was that joke okay?
Yeah, that joke was fine. But like, if you listen to Pipes and Ponchos when it was still accessible, and then you listen to this, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is not as gross," and that probably is gonna be for the best. To be honest. So you're welcome, people. But to get right off into it, if you are not familiar with anybody in this room or any of the content we've done in the past, myself, in terms of what we bring to the table for a show like this, would be I am a former comedian, not very great, didn't make it very far. I'm not Bill Burr. But I did have some sold out shows that went pretty well.
It's true.
Yeah, but those are small buildings.
We didn't have to say that part. We could have just kept it at the sold out show.
Man.
Okay, sorry, I can only sell 120 tickets at a movie
I
theater.
sold out several garages.
We did have one that was in a garage. I can't.
I know. That's the only one I missed, too.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one. But no, so yeah, some comedy background there. And then the organization I work for does, in fact, have a movie theater. So in terms of the pop culture side of things, I tend to be ahead on some curbs when it comes to movies. I've attended things like CinemaCon, met with several celebrities and high people in those fields. So I'd like to think that some of the knowledge I bring to the table comes with that. Mr. Nick, anything about yourself you'd like to get on the pod?
My name is Nick. I do too much. I own a dog. I coach volleyball and umpire baseball. I love the sports. I love music. And I love pop culture. That's most of my, if we're not counting RuneScape, most of my Reddit following is pop culture related. So,
if you have listened to anything we've said before, here's a joke that's not new. Nick's Reddit is the most generic white guy Reddit you'll ever find. His top categories are homeowners, electric vehicles, RuneScape.
well, so I haven't played RuneScape in a while. They fired all the mods because a new company bought them out, and
Taylor Swift.
that game's going down the hill real quick.
I saw that they released some RuneScape thing that
Yeah,
seemed
it's like a survival game.
Yeah.
But, so it's not RuneScape, but it's based in the same world.
Oh.
Yeah, and the beta's out for like a survival whole thing.
Did anybody
Yeah.
ask for that?
Actually, yeah, it kind of popped off. There's more people playing that beta than there is the actual RuneScape game right now.
Fair enough.
That's how you know you're in a bad spot.
Mr. Matt, anything you want to announce about yourself?
No, I would say that I'm here because I love Thomas Crowder.
Hey,
You know,
That's
holding
honestly
him
why I'm here
hostage.
too. Yeah.
I'm the
holding both of you hostage.
listen. The third host, wasn't able to make it happen, so I was just a little fill in.
Hey, you know
Here
what?
for a good time.
Can't make that joke
Nope.
on this one. Dang it. All right.
But we all know what we were going to say.
You can't use the words Phil and in and not let me cook. No, that's good. Again, segment 1, guys, is going to be basically how it's been in prior shows, which is simply a catch up, as well as I'm going to add some specific pop culture news stuff in
There
here.
you go.
So if you're okay, I'd like to rattle it off and you guys can comment on it as you please.
Sure. Awesome. Are we done catching up?
Unless you have something else you'd like to say.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Just checking.
wanted to make sure.
And we're also bi-weekly, so if you're asking me or texting me, where's the next episode next week, leave me alone. It's bi-weekly.
We're busy.
I have 4 kids and a wife. It is not
5.
easy. I have 5 kids?
I only have 4.
I was going to say, when the heck did I
No,
get
I'm
another one?
Tommy's daddy, and he knows it.
First up in the news, have either of you seen that they are indeed making a Spaceballs 2?
I have.
Rick Moranis'
bringing
first
back
role
Rick Moranis.
in like 30
It's
years.
insane to me.
Now, I don't know if you remember, and I think it was like height of COVID. The last time I saw anything regarding Rick Moranis was when he got like punched by a dude during COVID. Do you remember that? Please
No.
tell me I'm not crazy.
I
here.
will say, though, after quickly googly searching Rick Moranis, man, he has not aged in any way, shape, or form.
How
That
old
man
is
is
he?
Paul Rudd.
He's 72 years old in this picture.
That guy's like Clint Eastwood. And what's the last Clint Eastwood movie?
Clint
that he did?
Eastwood
That was
looks
so
like-
bad.
But he's also
Garbage.
looked like an old man for a while.
Okay,
So
fair.
he's retained an old man look. No, I'm excited for Spaceballs 2. Some more news here because we're just going to jump through
Like
this.
the second one or also?
Oh, here we go, dude.
Both.
Okay.
Anne Burrell is dead.
Don't know who that is.
She's a Food Network lady. Listen, I just jumped on the news right before
Hey.
coming on to here.
Why does Guy Fieri get all the love for his hair? Look at that head.
Yeah, well,
Hey, speaking of news, did you see that the I can't remember his name. The guy from Lilo and Stitch died. He was only
yes.
like
So who you're talking about, I could not pronounce the name if my life depended on it. But if you've seen the new Lilo and Stitch movie, he plays the fat guy whose ice cream cone keeps falling, which is direct from the animated movie too. But yeah, no, he died at 46.
Oh,
he-
gosh.
yeah.
Which, you know, as a fellow fat guy, I get it. We're risking it all for our tummies. Next bit of news, Tyler Perry, sexual assault allegations
What?
going on there, which
I'm going to learn so much on this show.
I'd like to imagine when Tyler Perry received the lawsuit, which is like $200-something million.
$260 million.
Yeah, so I'd
goodness.
like to imagine when he saw that come through, he was like, "Oh Lord," or something like that. I'd like to imagine that was the immediate Medea reaction.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be in permanent Medea drag because Tyler Perry's the one getting sued here. Medea's fine.
Medea gets sued for sexual assault. And then my last bit of news, which is the
Medea goes to court.
I feel like, oh no, she did have a jail one. There was a Medea goes to jail.
Hold on. There's text messages.
Dang.
Oh really?
He got
Yeah.
caught in
Please,
4K.
please.
So he sends a picture of him looking like a whole snack next to this sea-doo in the ocean. And the lady, or accuser, good.
Accuser.
We are taping at the end of a very long day, and my brain is not sharp. Are you really turning me down to medium?
Bro, you are hitting every level I've got here. And I have like this thing on.
That's because I know how to talk into a mic.
No, you're killing it.
Yeah. And she said, "Nice picture," and he replied, "Nice picture?" ? And she said, "Great, amazing, awesome picture," all caps.
Oh God, it's like
And
Adam Levine flirting.
He said, "You don't see a stud in that nice picture? Rude."
Oh, God.
I'm trying to find the creepy stuff. Keep telling your stories, and I'll find.
So
This sounds like Nick and every single girl he's interested in his DMs. I'm just kidding.
I'm studying.
hi, I'm the Tyler Perry of texting women. No, the last bit of news I've got here, which is to me the best news on the planet, is I believe it's in August. They are releasing the King of the Hill revival, which honestly could be either god awful or great. It's going to be one of the two. I don't think there's going to be a lot of in between. Also, so many cast members from King of the Hill are dead that I did not see a revival coming, but I'll take it. Old Bobby Hill, I'm here for it. I just want to hear Hank Hill talk about stuff. I saw a trailer, I think it was uploaded yesterday, where it was showing some stuff with Hank Hill talking to people, and he had received an Uber ride, and he said, "Well, I'm going to tip you, or I'm going to rate you 4 out of 5 stars, so you have something to look forward to." I'm like, that is the most Hank Hill Uber driver interaction. Like, I'm on board for this. I need this. Nick, anything else with the text message?
Yeah, he got drunk and called this woman Derek.
Oh, Lord, Derek.
He asked her what it's going to take for her to have guiltless sex and if she's worked on that in therapy yet. To which she said, I guess I'm going to have to give up my religion and become a Buddhist.
Oh, my God.
He did. And then he called her Derek again.
Who's the real Derek?
Yeah, right?
She called her Derek again right there. How many times does he call her Derek?
All he could say is,
He also thinks that Santa Monica's nice.
Oh, that's good.
all he could say is like, listen, I meant to send that to Derek, not you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
There's
Out
no
from
lawsuit
Great
here.
freaking cover there. Oh, Derek.
They should all do that. Anytime you think that you might be like attempting or about to commit sexual assault, use a different name. Be like, oh, sorry, meant to send that to my boy. Sorry, that one was for Nick. Don't you fret.
I'm going to start calling Tommy Derek, and that's what I'll know.
Oh, Derek.
That's what you'll know.
All right, we have hit a 10-minute mark.
Already?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're bad at podcasts.
Stay tuned for segment 2, where we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun stuff for you. Howdy there. I'm a guy who sounds like Sam Elliott. If there's one thing I can suggest to you, it's that you drive Bridgestone tires. Can't tell you why Bridgestone's better than anything else other than the fact that commercials like these make you feel a certain kind of way. Whether you're out in the back roads with your brother, or you're in town driving to the gas station to buy yourself a Twisted Tea, trust a Bridgestone tire. It'll get you there.
Welcome back to the good old mic'd up and underqualified podcast.
Oh my God, it's mic'd up and mildly
qualified podcast.
Know the name of the show!
That was the first fail of the evening, ladies and gents.
Far from the last.
Hey, it was close. It was very close, Tommy.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm working on my questions. I've got 3, but I'm trying to think of how to word the last one. So if we want to jump in either with weird news or a Reddit story.
So Tommy's going to need to listen to the Reddit story to have an opinion. So do you want me to start on the weird news?
Yeah, go ahead. Start on the weird news.
All right, here you go. Man finds out he was married without his knowledge. Ex-girlfriend arrested. This out of Beverly Hills, Texas. I didn't know there was 2. A 36-year-old Texas woman is being held on felony stalking charges in a bizarre case where a wedding was held without a groom present and without his knowledge. Arrest the priest, too? Like, Kristen Marie Spearman was arrested and booked in the McClellan County Jail. Beverly Hills Police Chief Corey Martin, spelled with a K,
No.
said his office was contacted by a 42-year-old man on Friday who said he found a package from his ex-girlfriend at his home that included a copy of a marriage certificate showing he was married. The victim told police he had been in a relationship with the suspect and they had gotten a marriage license around June 2nd, but had broken up before the wedding took place. Chief Martin said the investigation determined that the woman had convinced a pastor to certify the marriage without the groom being present.
And if it's that easy, like, why aren't more people marrying celebrities?
Chief said she then went to the county clerk's office and filed a certificate. Chief Martin said that with the assistance of the Hewitt Police Department, the suspect was located at her residence. Police obtained an arrest warrant for a 3rd-degree felony stalking and took Spearman into custody. That's nuts. This chick, there's a picture of her on here. She looks crazy.
Well,
Like,
I don't think you can look
crazy.
sane and do the things that you're doing.
Yeah, it sounds like she's
I'm with
crazy
you, though.
and has too much time on her
I'm
hands.
married to Zendaya. It's officially declared.
And when
I'm
she divorces
filing-
you, alimony.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm filing tomorrow. It's a win-win.
Yeah, do something about it, Tom Holland. Do something.
Mr. Matt, you got a Reddit story for us.
All right, guys, I got you. I'm curious because I think you guys will have very different opinions on this.
Oh, that's great.
and I think Tommy is definitely going to be the one with the wild opinion. So
Oh, that's normally how that goes.
all right. So am I the butthole? Because
Can we
You
say
can say
asshole?
asshole. I told him that already.
Nah, dude. That's the problem. If I go off the deep end, then I'll just continue. That's why I got to keep myself on
Wow.
the straight and narrow.
Look at this man,
like
self-checking right here, right now.
He hasn't even
Self-checking.
smelled the tequila shot in 3 years.
All right. For refusing to apologize to my girlfriend after she went through my phone without permission. I, 28-year-old male, have been with my girlfriend, 26-year-old female,
Okay, so far nothing weird.
for about a year. Things have been mostly great, but last week she did something that really upset me. I caught her going through my phone while I was in the shower. I have nothing to hide. My phone is mostly just work emails, memes, and texts with friends, but I'm a private person and feel like my personal space was violated. When I confronted her, she said she was just curious and didn't think it was a big deal. She admitted she was looking for texts with my ex, who I haven't spoken to in years, because she's been feeling insecure lately. I told her it's not okay to invade my privacy like that, and I asked her to respect my boundaries. She got defensive, saying I must be hiding something if I'm so upset. That really pissed me off because because I've
Say
never
it again, but like with more passion, please.
Yeah, that really pissed me off.
There it is. That's how he was feeling when he typed it. So
Because I've never given her a reason to distrust me. Now she's demanding an apology for making her feel like a bad person when I called her out. I refused because I don't think I did anything wrong. She's the one who crossed a line. Since then, she's been giving me the silent treatment, and our mutual friends are saying I should just apologize to keep the peace. I think she's the one who owes me an apology. But I'm starting to wonder if I'm being too stubborn. Am I the butthole for refusing to apologize? And I just want to read this first comment. This guy says, best case scenario, she's a bad partner who doesn't respect your privacy. Worst case, she's cheating on you and projecting. Ask her if you can go through her phone right now, and if she says no, she's cheating. Or, and this is better advice, break up with her and do the same with any partner that violates your privacy. What is this, dude?
All right.
you want to go first?
I'm of the opinion that my favorite couples are the couples that can kind of live their own lives while still being together. I feel like you and Lindsay are very good at that, right?
Is that? Are you done?
No. Right. Part of that, though, does include like you get to have privacy in a relationship, in my opinion. Even if you're not hiding anything, there is still a mark of like you get to have privacy in your relationship. He's not the asshole.
So, classic woman tactic. Anyways, I will say this, and I've been married for almost 6 years now. There is no privacy in my marriage. My wife will walk in the nastiest of craps I'm taking. It doesn't matter. She don't care. She probably takes my phone all the time. I don't really notice. Again, there's memes on my phone, pictures of our kids, and then like probably other stupid stuff, but nothing I'm hiding. I don't care. And then when it comes to like, when you look at privacy, I don't have personal social media. I have obviously the Instagram for the show.
Yes.
But before that,
Western Podcast Inc., right? That's the name of our conglomerate.
basically.
Like that reel you sent me today.
I sent you the Ratatouille one. I sent that to you too. Yeah.
We're officially back because when Tommy had the Silver Screen Comedy Instagram, I'd get 15 to 20 DMs a day.
You're gonna get them again. No, like before I got the show's Instagram back, I was just on my wife's. I don't check anything. I just literally would go on there and watch reels all day.
Yeah.
And I'm on her Facebook because I use her Facebook to promote the show, because you have to have a personal Facebook to have a business page, it said. Or at least it always links it to Lindsay's for some reason. So
That's weird.
But if she was to text me today and be like, hey, delete my Facebook, I'd say, okay. Like, I don't care.
Okay.
Like, listen, I view it this way, that maybe I'm wrong. My dad's on the same page as me. If you're going to cheat on your spouse, you're going to lose your spouse.
Yep.
That's the way it is. Like, and if you stay with somebody who cheats, whatever, you're weak, that's fine.
Yeah.
But so yeah, if my wife was to go and cheat on me, cool, you lose a lot of things, like a beautiful house and a complete family. So don't take that risk, and vice versa. I wouldn't cheat on my wife. It's not worth the risk.
I don't think the conversation here is about cheating, though.
Yeah.
But I think
Very
it's just
specifically about her checking his phone.
and that's why to me,
Because,
though, like,
can I say that? Crap. Can you cut that out?
say that? No, you can say that. It's too many F words and then anything past that.
Okay, I'm sorry to the listeners. But yeah, like no duh. If she had found out that this guy was cheating on her, we'd have a whole different story.
But that's the thing. Like, she's constantly suspecting it, which, like the one comment said, could be her also feeling guilty about something. Because if I was
it's just her being self-conscious.
Because to me, it's like if you're already worried about this dude cheating to where you need to be checking his phone regularly, like your relationship's not going to work.
No, it's already not great.
Hey, speaking for me and Tommy, our wives probably check our phone and we probably don't even know.
I don't know, and I have no guilty conscience. If my wife wants to, whatever, that's her problem. But
right, even if I were to catch my wife doing it, I mean, I don't care, dude. That's not a hill I'm willing to die on. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to check it, you need reassurance. By all means, check that thing.
Listen, sometimes Tommy and I send texts to each other that I don't need everybody seeing.
I was going to say, my wife's not going to think I'm cheating on her. She might question my sexuality. Like, she'll walk away from that phone being like, "You don't talk that dirty to me." And I'll be like, "Sorry, you got to earn it."
That's fair.
Do better.
No, I don't think he's an asshole. I think, if this was like 5 years down the road and like you're still upset that she's checking stuff, like at some point, like you do give up privacy the longer you've been in a relationship. But 1 year in, like if she's already having these doubts and insecurities, that's not going to work.
She looks over on the other side of the couch. Who you texting?
See, my wife does that to me.
Why are you smiling at your phone? Who you texting?
yeah.
She'll hit me with the who you texting, but it's mainly because like we're watching a show and there is a no phones rule when we watch a show, so she gets livid with me. When I bust it. But I do the same crap to her. If she pulls it out, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, is Lost not good enough right now?
I feel like any woman is like that though. They'll be like, "What's so funny on your phone?" And then you're like,
Like, not you. That's why I'm on my phone.
Listen, if you were as good as half these memes,
We'd be making a lot more eye contact.
all right, I got some questions. What is Skibbity Toilet?
It's Riz.
Okay. Why are footballs shaped the way they're shaped?
aerodynamic. Yeah, you like that?
They fit better.
Okay.
At what point did we celebrate Easter by recognizing a bunny who hides eggs, and how does that make any sense?
Are either of you watching the new Rick and Morty season
No, I
yet?
haven't seen
I
it.
have not seen Rick and Morty since season 3.
So episode 4, Seth and I saved up a couple, and then he bought pizza, and we watched it last night.
Nice.
Season 4 is about Jerry's obsession with Easter, and then he's driving down the street at night, and he hits this rabid-looking bunny, and he becomes the Easter bunny.
Oh, it's like Santa Claus.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And the Easter bunny's whole concept in this is that it is sent by these aliens from far away, because the bunny makes people feel frisky. And overpopulates the planet, and then ruins the planet, so the aliens come take over.
You know, South
It was
Park,
wild.
South Park addressed it in theirs, and theirs was that Leonardo da Vinci secretly hid codes inside the painting of the Last Supper that St. Peter was actually a rabbit, and that's why the Easter Bunny exists, and the Vatican's been hiding this for centuries because they don't want a rabbit running the show. It was pretty well thought
Yeah.
out. But at the end of the day, I still don't understand how the resurrection of Jesus Christ has anything to do with a rabbit and hiding eggs.
Because I think that's pretty heavy for a 5-year-old to understand.
Yeah, I think it's just
True.
mainly for the kids.
But at that
Just-
point, right, I can make a holiday out of anything. I can
Well,
take,
yeah.
oh gosh, what's a holiday that really doesn't have much going for it? New Year's Eve. And all of a sudden,
Eve.
well, I know, but instead of like it being drinking and some fireworks, right, I can just be like, no, guys, on New Year's Eve, we chase the dog up the street and hit it with a baseball bat 6 times. Not 7 or you're a horrible pet owner.
Yeah. All the religious folks listening to this podcast are going to be like, did he really just compare New Year's Eve to the resurrection?
I'll tell you what I compared. I compared an Easter bunny hiding eggs to me beating my dog with a stick, and that doesn't make much sense either. Next question. Jake or Logan Paul?
Oh,
I'd rather freaking drown myself in 4 inches of water in a bucket.
Which one's the one who makes the prime?
that's Logan.
Okay,
But
so
is Logan also the boxer?
I think they both
Ja-
do the boxing,
Jake
right?
is the box.
Well, Jake's the main
Jake's
one.
more. Yeah, he's,
And Logan does WWE, right?
Yeah. For that reason, I'm gonna have to go with Jake.
Well, I like this blue raspberry carbonated prime, so I'll go with Logan then.
Which one was the one that became ultra famous after doing the fake apology because he went into the forest?
That would be
Logan,
Logan.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Jake Paul, I guess.
Oh, I thought that was going to be an endorsement for Logan.
No.
they got,
that ruined the whole freaking brother duo.
You're
for
telling me that his video
That was
in
a
the
long time
suicide
ago.
forest in Japan wearing the alien from Toy Story as a beanie was not peak cinema? You're lost, pal. Team Logang all day. A question that I asked on a different podcast called The Morning Show. What does the fox say?
I already answered this one, Matt, so it's all up to you.
Meow.
What's a cooler animal?
The fox says, "Who you texting? Why are you smiling at your phone?"
What's cooler, a crocodile or an alligator?
Crocodiles, because they can Dundee.
Dang. I'm going alligator just because he said crocodile.
I mean, Lyle the crocodile sings, and that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and a crocodile can Dundee.
Indeed, it can. And last one, y'all ever use Mio? It's that water drink thing.
When I was little and
Oh.
fat, my mom was
Oh,
like, "You
dude.
should drink more water." Here's
That
some
sweet
Mio.
tea Mio, where you squirt it in, it flavors your water or whatever. Sweet tea flavor. Oh,
Yeah.
top tier.
Do I
Top
look as
tier.
if I'm a senior citizen?
Oh, that and like Crystal
Mio.
Light's got a brand,
Oh.
and they have
Get
a
out.
like a raspberry black tea. Oh, top tier. Top tier. And I love regular water too. But
I was going to ask, do you drink regular water?
Oh, after 4, normally, like obviously on a day like
4
today, I gotta stay
p.m.?
awake. Yeah.
You're like, it's water only for
So-
me. I've had my
so-
first glass of water at 4:15 in the afternoon.
So I will drink water when I wake up because I feel like it gets me awake.
Yeah.
And then it's energy drink, and then it's water.
Jesus, dude. I swear I've never seen somebody drink as many energy drinks as him in a day.
It's
I drink
crazy.
2 a day.
Back to back.
I'm lucky if I get 2 in a month.
You don't even
Y'all are
space them out.
crazy. No, because I'll start one like so when I leave the house, I grab one, I'll crack it, right? I finish that right around lunch.
Okay.
And then I will crack my second one and I'll make that one last till usually like 4 or 5,
Okay.
and then it's water for the rest of the day.
But do you eat breakfast prior to opening your first one?
I don't eat breakfast in general.
Okay, see, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Do you eat breakfast in Sergeant?
Sometimes I eat breakfast, but like a lot of times if I eat too early, like I'm nauseous, dude. I don't know. Something about like
Really?
filling up your stomach like right when you start the day makes me not feel it. But if I like eat like at 9 or 10, that's a different story.
Yeah. I'm not a before like 8 a.m. kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
It's
it's
gotta
like
be
a
8
granola bar and some yogurt. Yeah.
I rock with it.
All right. Well, anything else for segment 2?
I didn't think I was going to be the first one to drop one of the bad cuss words on the show.
Hey, none of us have said the F word yet.
I know.
That's wild.
Well, hello. It's Johnny B. Selling here for the Home Shopping Network. You're watching, as we do every day at 2 p.m., the Time Traveling Salesman. Today, our 2 salesmen from 1600 and 3400 AD will be selling you our brand new package of NordVPN.
Hello, it's me. I'm the guy from 1600 whatever. I do have a lot of diseases. My first 3 children have died, and I'm here to talk about NordVPN for some reason. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I think of the Nords, I get terrified because they have absolutely conquered all of the territory in our area. But if I'm reading this right, apparently NordVPN is your cybersecurity friend. I don't know what any of these words mean, and I'm now being burned at the stake for saying such things out loud. So, thank you very much. Oh, hello, it is me, the man from the future. Everybody in the future talk like a Japanese man, even though none of us are Japanese. It's weird the way things have worked out. Most of us accredit this to NordVPN, which in today's day and age, none of us ever touch because it's dangerous. But back in the day, NordVPN was the best place to look up the weird stuff you couldn't look up in the US or in North and South Korea. But nowadays, you can pretty much just find anything in the back alleys. Sometimes this accent turns Creole.
Hello and welcome to Mic'd Up and Mildly Unqualified. This is our...
Mildly qualified.
We're going to get the name of the show right.
It's awesome that I worked so hard on these titles.
Welcome back to the very first episode of Mic'd Up and Mildly Qualified.
I'm leaving the rest of it in.
I would hope so.
Okay, good.
I'm your co-host, Nick Beaton, and we're here for segment 3. Tommy.
Segment 3 is a fun one. It's a draft, which means that once something is off the table, the other one cannot grab it.
Is that how those work?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people don't quite understand drafts. It is snake order. And what we're drafting today is the top 10 best superhero movies.
I'm very ready.
Now, that being said, we don't know who's going first. It's a toss-up. So,
Tommy's going to rig it to where he's first.
no, I'll go onto a website. There's got to be a website.
Yeah, roll some random dice.
Okay, so random dice. Oh, God, I can't spell. Random dice. I had a kid come into our building today who asked me how to spell the word great. And I was like, oh, like be great? And he's like, yeah. I'm like,
He's probably trying to figure out the Wi-Fi password.
He was,
Yeah.
but he did not know how to spell the word great. It was frightening. In 4 years, he'll be able to vote. Okay, so who wants to be the first dice roll here?
I'll be number 2. Is that how that works? Oh, I see what you're doing.
So, Nick,
You don't pick the number? Okay. So you thought we were like picking a number, and if you got it, you get to go first.
oh no, I was just like, I'm gonna roll the dice 3 times, and like highest number gets to go first. Does that work?
Matt can be first.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
so
the tallest.
Yeah.
And the sexiest.
Oh, baby.
We're doing a 6-sided dice. So Matt, you get 6. Okay.
Well,
You like
so
that.
much for the suspense.
All right, Nick. Just in case we get a tie here, you're next with a 5. Ooh, that's and watch me
imagine.
get the lowest number.
Yeah, you
I
are.
tied for 6. Check it if you don't believe me.
You're
I
lying.
can see it. It
Is he
says
lying?
6.
Okay.
No.
You and me re-rolling, pal. How about
okay.
we do a 20-sided die? I can
Okay, but I'm in last.
Well, no, because we'll just. Oh no.
Yeah,
Technically,
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
in third and fourth.
So-
True.
Matt, I'm gonna roll for you. Ready?
Oh, baby.
You got 16 on a 20-sided dice. That's
Yeah,
great.
you like.
That's absolutely great.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I got 10. Okay, cool. So Matt first, then me, then Nick.
We are the champions
I'm
of
going
the
to
world.
lose my top movie because of this.
So,
okay.
can anybody guess my first pick in the 2025 mic'd up and mildly qualified, ladies and gentlemen?
I have one top pick, and I don't care about the entire rest of my list. And so as
Okay.
long as you guys don't take that
Honestly, if you pick my
I
actual...
already know what he's going to pick. He's going to pick Spider-Man Beyond or Across the Spider-Verse, one of those two. Yeah, no, I got you, bud. I know you well enough.
I actually had those two on my list, and I was told to take them off because they weren't that great. Is that-
Oh, I wonder who told you that. Did you tell
No,
me?
remember, we have a rule. We don't share our list before the show.
That's
no,
true,
no.
true.
It was a team. It was Rob.
I
It
told
was-
you.
it was
Don't
Robert.
talk to the teens.
God,
No, he was like, I'm going to ask the teens for their advice. I'm like, they have horrible taste.
Dude, this
I
is
would
my whole
not.
Yeah.
this is my whole list. I only have one movie that I personally very much enjoy. So if one of you guys take it, just because I'm gonna piss some people off with my first pick, I'm looking into Tommy's eyes as I say this because he knows what's coming. Tommy, can you go ahead and try and guess what my first round pick is?
No, I want you to tell
No.
me.
Batman: The Dark Knight, baby.
You're going to take The Dark Knight?
Oh, he's in my head now. Yeah,
Well,
I'm taking it.
congrats on picking my second favorite
God
Batman movie.
dang it, dude! I
Because
knew
he
it was
asked me
something
which one your
different.
favorite one was. It's Batman Returns.
He lied to me.
Batman Returns?
it's not?
Y'all are crazy.
No,
Is it not The Dark
No,
Knight?
The
it was
Batman.
The Dark Knight. Too late. You already said Dark Knight, and it's
Oh, it
written
was
down.
Dark
Dude.
Knight, yeah.
It was The Dark Knight up until 2023, I believe,
Two.
when
Yeah.
The Batman came out, which
Yeah.
is my first pick.
Dang it, dude.
I am bummed you took Dark Knight from me, though, because that was going to easily be my second pick.
All right.
Mr. Nick, you're up.
My first pick is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Those movies, and I cannot stress this enough, are perfect. There's literally nothing wrong with
So
them.
you think the first one is better, then?
No, my first pick is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Which one's the first
That's
one?
the second one.
What's the first one called?
The first one is my second pick, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Beyond's the one that's coming out. That's
Yes.
right. Okay.
I remember being in the movie theater with my good buddy Michael watching Across the Spider-Verse, and neither of us knew that there was a cliffhanger. That had not been spoiled yet for us. So when the movie just ended, I lost it.
And it's such a wait in between that one and this upcoming one.
I know, but if it's as perfect as the rest of them, I'm good with it.
All right. Back to me again. Ooh, Matt, you took my Dark Knight.
I love you.
That sucks that you did that to me. Okay. My next pick, I'm going to go with Iron Man from 2008.
Okay. The movie that started it all.
I base a lot of my personality traits on Robert Downey Jr.'s character. in that.
Pre-Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. or after?
No, my drug addiction just happens
Okay.
to be circumstantial.
So that was actually on my list.
Okay, I'm
And-
glad I took that then.
Yeah, and so was your first round pick. Batman, yeah.
Oh, that was a 50-50. Well done, though. Matt, your next two picks.
All right. So, I'm just going to go with my favorite just to make sure. And you guys are going to hate on me, but I don't even care. I have kids. And it's actually not even. Oh, that's crazy word.
He's taking
Dude,
forever.
holy crap!
It's The Incredibles, bro. I was
That
going to
was
play.
that was
I
going to be
gonna-
my top five.
I was
yeah.
going to say, honey, where's my super suit? I was going to play that little clip, but it got erased.
So
You botched
Incredibles
that.
1.
Did I? All right, dude.
Honey, where's my super suit?
Oh, that was pretty good.
Did you check the closet? And then he's like, "Of course I did. Where are you going? It's for the greater good. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get." Is one of the best lines ever.
That movie's
So you're
incredible.
talking specifically the first
It
one.
is
The first
incredible.
one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Don't put that second one on there.
You don't like the second one?
I do, but not nearly as much
I
as I do
agree.
the first one. Yeah.
I agree. Your next pick. Pick number 3 for you.
Okay, let me go.
Pick number 3, my lord.
The teens want. I'm gonna go Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1
Okay.
because the kids again. Kids love it. I love it.
I never did see the third one, but I definitely saw the first two, and I enjoyed those. My next pick. Ooh. So, oh gosh, this one's hard. But I am going to go with Spider-Man. Yeah, bud. No Way Home. The newest one, where it's good. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tommy Boy Holland.
You have ruined what I was going to do, which was actually just pick every single Spider-Man movie.
What? Well,
No, I don't think there's enough now. I think there was like exactly 10.
well, good. I'm glad I ruined that.
I was gonna ruin
That
it,
movie
too.
breaks my heart because Tom Holland forgets he's dating Zendaya.
I thought you might like talk about how Andrew Garfield was like able to save Mary Jane
No.
when he couldn't save Gwen Stacy in his own movie. But no, that's cool that it's like erotic for you.
I just like remember yelling at the screen, bro, that's Zendaya. Even if you don't remember being her boyfriend, just pretend.
Am I wild for thinking Zendaya's mid?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of posts recently where they're talking about like Harvey Weinstein would have never let this happen, and it's like a picture of like a bunch of ugly women in Hollywood, and Zendaya's always on there. And I will say, I don't necessarily believe that she belongs like on a list of like ugly people. I don't think she's ugly.
Correct. No.
But I also like would not put her like in a top tier attractive woman category.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do want to throw out this is an anti-Harvey Weinstein podcast.
Yeah, anti Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
It was just interesting because like I don't know, maybe it's just not my type because like to me, I would say the most attractive female actress right now would be probably Sydney Sweeney. I think
We have two different types of women.
but that's just like a very generic take. I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, is she even a good actress, or is she just?
she acts.
I was like, you almost got me there. Almost felt Nick was about to get on you too.
Honestly, I don't know anything she's been in really.
Nah,
The Dune movies,
Didn't see
the
her.
Spider-Man movies.
she's in the
She
Dune
was not in
movies.
Spider-Man. Oh no, we're not talking about Zendaya. We're talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Oh,
I know Zendaya's been in
Has
stuff.
I was gonna say the
Sydney
Dune
Sweeney-
movies.
She was in.
Sorry, I started looking up.
No, there's a trailer that just came out on a movie she's coming out in.
What is she famous for besides her boobs?
I couldn't tell you.
She was in Madam Web, so that doesn't count as a movie.
No. Oh, there you go. There's your extra Spider-Man movie. You could if you did like the stupid Venom movies and stuff. But,
Oh yeah,
but nobody would ever put those in their top 5 or top 10.
she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's the chick that gets caught on fire in the pool.
What? No,
Yes.
she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, that's the same girl that's from the Anora movie.
We talked about that too. Yeah. Which one is Sydney Sweeney then?
Oh my God.
She was in Euphoria, I think. Isn't that where she? Or no, wait, no. Zendaya's in you. Wait, who the heck's in Euphoria?
Zendaya's in you.
This is a pro Zendaya, anti Sydney Sweeney.
Are they
also
both
pro
in
Mickey
Euphoria?
Madison?
Are they both in Euphoria though? They might be.
Really?
I
I've
don't
never
know.
really
I think
watched it.
Sydney Sweeney's in Euphoria because that's where she gets topless and everyone's like, damn.
He's a nerd.
See, I don't know. The whole Euphoria show never looked interesting to me at all. Because isn't it
No.
like all in high school or
Yeah.
whatever? See, I don't know. I don't do shows where they're all in
No,
high
there's-
school.
I would also say that because of our many roles, yeah, it's her and Zendaya are the top billed
Oh, see, look at that. We
actresses.
were on the same
Yeah.
page.
I would say because of our roles in society, watching a movie like that featuring high schools feels bad.
Yeah.
There was this one scene where it was like this young gal met up with this old dude that she was talking to on some app in a hotel room, and I was like, "Yeah, this is just an odd show to watch at my age." I'm like, I'm gonna get on out of here.
See, like,
All right, I'm out.
like my wife's a real big fan of One Tree Hill, and I guess like
yeah.
in the later seasons they're all out of high school, so I suppose that's a little bit more interesting. But like the first 3 seasons are all in high school, and she's watching. I'm like, how is this interesting to
Yeah.
you? Like, you're 30 something years old. What do you care about high school?
She's reliving the glory days.
No,
I
my
guess.
wife the same thing, and I binge watched that with her because she loved it.
You binge watch One Tree Hill.
I wouldn't say binge watch it. I would say just watching it together.
Listen, there
One
are
of those
some
shows.
things, some secrets you could have taken to your grave, and that should have been
Hey
one
man,
of them.
you know. I was
Did you
gonna say-
enjoy One Tree Hill, Matthew?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I think it's like any other show that's of similar basis. It's all pretty the same.
It's all
It's
generic.
just
Dawson's
every-
Creek, 90210. It's
Yeah.
all the same crap.
It is.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right, spoiler alert. Which one of the Spider-Man movies does the Aunt May's apartment burn down in?
You're talking about like from the Tobey Maguire ones,
No. It's a Tom Holland one.
where she passes, right?
Yes.
that's the one I picked. That's No Way Home.
Funny story about that one, and then I'll eventually make my pick. I promise.
Hey, we've been on tangents. It's
yeah.
okay. We're timing wise, we're looking fine. So.
We watched that movie on New Year's Day. I went hard in the paint on New Year's Eve. Like, it was bad.
Okay,
I woke up and I was like, man, I feel fantastic. I don't know how I pulled that off. We get down to the movie theater. It's like one of those like 10:30 a.m. showings, right? I get
relaxing.
I get a bucket of popcorn because I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
That hangover hits me like a freaking Mack truck. And I'm sitting there eating my popcorn. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I set it down. And right as they cure Doc Ock, I go to throw up. And I don't quite make it all the way to the bathroom. I do hit the can, though, at the door on the way out. Hit the can, get to the bathroom, finish puking. As I'm washing up, I'm like, man, that's so cool that they saved Doc Ock and he's not evil anymore. I walk into the theater and the whole screen is filled with fire and smoke, and Aunt May's just dead. And I was like, what did I miss?
Oh, man. And his fight with Green Goblin is so good. In that
Yeah, I had to go back and watch it because I was like, man, what a freaking jump. All of that being said, my third pick is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay, I love Spider-Man Homecoming. The second one, Far From Home with Jake Gyllenhaal, good. I think the Mysterio fight scenes are top tier.
Yeah.
But like overall, I don't think it is nearly as good as the first and third.
Correct.
I just can't believe Nick's going completely Spider-Man.
Guys, I'll be totally honest with you. He's my favorite superhero, and it's not particularly close.
Well, you've got the next pick too, so let's see how this goes.
I'm going to go ahead and take Far From Home.
Well, okay. You're going to take the one we just said was mid. All right.
No. You're right. Give me Spider-Man 2.
Oh, no. I shouldn't have said anything.
We got to give a little bit of love to Tobey Maguire. Is that the ugly
Spider-Man
crying
2.
one?
He ugly cries in like all three of them. I just rewatched all three of those in a row with my son when he was homesick the other day.
Sam Raimi directs those?
Raimi, yes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, no, and he directed the new Doctor Strange, which was not very good.
I'm really surprised you guys haven't picked the one that I have on my list. So
Is it a Spider-Man movie?
that either means it's really bad or you guys just don't particularly like it.
Sam Raimi is in that Seth Rogen show on Apple TV, the studio.
Oh, yeah.
They hired him to direct the Kool-Aid movie, and he plays himself in it for like the entire season.
I dig that.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Oh, wait, no, it's me. What am I doing?
Giving away your other
What
pick
pick?
again?
What pick is this for you?
This would be my fourth.
Your fourth?
Yeah, and gosh, I'm torn here. I am going to go with OG Batman 1989.
Oh, okay.
Michael Keaton. It's definitely an interesting take on Batman. I wouldn't call it comic. I would call it comic accurate if you're looking at like Batman's first appearances, which were sloppy. But I think it's a good movie. I like Michael Keaton. I think he's not one of the better Batman or Bruce
I don't
Waynes,
think he is either.
But I think he's fun and he brings a good energy to it.
Yeah.
In reality, I think that movie, much like Dark Knight, I hate you, Matt. The Joker is the best part of both of those movies, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Batman 1989 is my pick. Matt, you're up. Next two.
So I'm going to pick this one strictly, and it's a Spider-Man movie, of course. It's just Spider-Man, the 2002 one, simply because
Toby.
it was the first one I watched, and I used to watch it with my pop, so it's kind of like nostalgia for me.
Nice. I like it.
Spider-Man.
And my next one, oh man, now it's kind of all in the hands of teenagers. So
Good luck.
this one, I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to go Deadpool.
Okay.
Oh, that was going to be on mine.
Not Deadpool versus Wolverine. Interesting.
The first one was better.
Really?
I think so.
I loved
hot.
it when
Is
I
it
first
hot?
watched it. Yeah, it's hot.
Okay.
It's pretty hot. When I watched Deadpool the first time, I thought it was phenomenal. Upon a second rewatch, a lot of the comedy did not hold up as well for me, and I was like, ooh, that kind of sucks. Because that movie was way more reliant on comedy than anything else, whereas the next two, I think, had a lot of action, which made up for where the jokes don't always land. But, I'm just being petty here.
Yeah. So was Scoutmaster Kevin.
Scoutmaster Kevin. My next pick is Logan, which is the best X-Men movie and obviously the best Wolverine movie. So good. So good.
I didn't think that was going to get taken, so I kind of saved it.
I didn't think it was either, but
this is
I was
what
looking. I'm
happens.
looking at my list and I'm like, yeah, I better take it now, right?
Yeah. My body is ready for that game.
What?
Wolverine? My body is ready.
All right.
No comment. No comment from Tommy is pretty outstanding.
Sometimes Nick leaves me speechless.
Okay, I'm going to pick this one because I think it is by far the best out of this superheroes movies. Like, it's not even close to the other ones. Thor Ragnarok.
That is a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh, so first non-Spider-Man on your list as well.
Yeah, we're running out.
He said we're running out.
All right. And your next pick. Don't leave us in suspense, pal.
Which Avengers was it where they all, spoiler,
Oh, I hate it here.
snapped and died at the end and it didn't end happy?
Infinity War.
Give me Infinity War.
Okay.
I like it when the movies end how they shouldn't.
That was one on my list.
All right.
Sorry, Matthew.
It's okay.
So-
The teenagers picked it.
Gosh, I'm a little torn here. So right now I'm sitting with two Batman movies And then 3 Marvel movies. Granted, Logan's not really MCU, but it's more back when they were still under Fox.
Technically a Fox Sony kind of thing.
Oh, gosh, I'm torn here. I'm looking at a bunch. I've got a few on my list. I was trying to at least one that's not like of the 2 mainstream. Oh, what am I doing? Watchmen. My next movie is The Watchmen. It's tattooed on my calf. What am I doing? Watchmen. Yes, Zack Snyder, who is a lot. At least he was able to truly bring a page to screen adaptation. Like frighteningly, how much of it is similar, except for one gigantic twist. But that's okay. Matt, your next 2 picks.
Oh man, so. God, I don't want you guys to take something that I think's not going to...
If it's Venom, I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, no, that's not on there.
It's not on anybody's list.
Starring Thomas Hardy.
I like Tom Hardy too, but...
And I liked that movie.
You liked Venom?
I did.
Do you know how many times I've seen Venom?
Once?
0.
Then how are you going to sit here and judge it?
When I watched the trailer and Venom made a joke about like a turd in the wind, I'm like, ooh, yeah, no, I'm not 12, so this is not for me.
It's also
clearly.
So much better than that, though.
It's a turd in the wind from the
It's
sounds of it.
so much better than that.
All right, let me go RoboCop 1987.
Ooh, I love RoboCop. There you go. That's a non-traditional one of the other pick.
Yeah, this other one that they put on there, I don't even know if you would consider this. No, I'm not. I'm going to save it for maybe like the last pick. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to go Avengers Endgame.
Oh, shoot. I just wrote that one down, too. Okay, so Avengers Endgame.
And that was my 7.
One of them.
So that is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is your 7th pick.
Okay.
All right. Well done taking RoboCop off the list. I am pleasantly surprised. So the only rule I made for myself personally, because if I was to allow animated films into this, I watch a lot of cartoons.
Wait, do we not allow animated films into this?
So the rule that I made in my
because
head,
Matt picked one and I'm about to.
because my whole
I was
thought
going to
process.
say, didn't you already with one of the Spider-Man
Yeah, I
movies?
picked 2 and I'm about to have a 3rd.
No. My thought process was basically like, as long as it had a theatrical release, animated was good. But like DC has a lot of animated movies that just don't get released theatrically.
Theatrical release was my nickname in college.
So my next pick, which I can almost guarantee,
I would
neither
shout
of you have
every
seen.
time, bravo! Bravo!
You want me to keep
I
that?
don't know.
Animated movie
Yeah,
came
that
out.
was cryptic enough.
Yeah, no, that's fine. My next pick is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. It was an animated movie, came out in the 90s. It is a continuation. Well, it actually kind of takes place before Batman the Animated Series, but which is my favorite cartoon and TV show of all time.
Okay.
So yeah, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
All right, I'm going to go with Tommy's Batman theme here. Give me Lego Batman.
Good pick. Good pick.
Because Will Arnett as Batman is hysterical.
No, he does a good job.
Now I'm surprised that you haven't picked a Batman movie that I thought you would have taken.
There's another one I'm thinking about, but I like a lot of movies.
It's true.
Nick, your next pick.
There's some movies on this list I'm looking at that are really high that I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yep, I 100% agree. I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes list. I don't know if that's what you guys were looking at too.
I'm on the Rotten Tomatoes list. There's a few on here that I'm sure we'll talk about later because actually my least favorite superhero movie of all time is like in the top 20 and I can't get behind that.
Oh, you definitely have to talk about that.
I'm stuck between 2 and I don't know which one to pick.
Okay, pick the second one.
I don't think
I have 3 picks left. Okay. Which
give
I've got
me
4 written down.
Give me Black Panther.
You can have it. Listen,
that is
I
also
don't-
another one that the teens had chosen.
I don't hate Black Panther. I don't. I think it's a fine movie. I think if you like The Lion King, then you've seen Black Panther. What I don't like about
That's not accurate at all.
he literally goes to the Tree of Life and sees his dead dad. I'm sorry, that's Simba and Mufasa.
What's the
But-
Lion King equivalent to the ghetto he goes to visit?
The Badlands?
Oh, crap. Tommy's onto something
Thank
here.
you. My problem with Black Panther is that it is the only Marvel movie that was nominated for Best Picture, which to me, and I understand a lot of blockbusters don't get the nomination. I totally get that. Didn't used to be that way. Lord of the Rings was able to win some awards, but that's fine.
That's also one movie in 15 years. Like, you need to really push it to get that nomination.
But to me, I look at like an Endgame or an Infinity War. I'm like, you're telling me, like,
not good movies.
but they are good movies, I think. And I think if you're looking at like an achievement award for Best Picture, to take an entire cinematic universe of 20-something odd movies at the time and be able to mash it all to where it didn't feel overcrowded, it didn't feel super lengthy and bloated,
All right, I'll
and
give it
everybody
to you.
like if anything, like that to me deserves an award 10 times over. As a filmmaker, what a hard thing to do. Take
Yeah.
all these directors' different visions and piece it together.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
That's just
okay,
my own
enough,
personal
enough.
thing.
No, I'm sold. I'm sold here.
Okay, so Nick goes with Black Panther. I never saw the second one, but I haven't seen a lot of the newer Marvel stuff, so which I'm noticing none of which are on this Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah,
list.
right.
So obviously I'm not missing too much. Sorry, Quantumania. No, my next pick is going to be it's going to be the new Suicide Squad movie, not the crappy one with
Okay.
Will Smith.
Good. That movie is hot garbage.
Yeah, no, the best thing about that movie was the trailer and Panic at the Disco's Bohemian Rhapsody. That was it.
Yeah.
But no, the new one, directed by James Gunn, is so funny.
That's the one with John Cena, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that, I mean, not every superhero movie is going to benefit from a rated R kind of label, but I would say Logan and the Suicide Squad definitely benefited
Correct.
from being
I
able to
forgot.
push those
Yeah,
boundaries.
Logan's in that movie.
In Suicide Squad?
No, never mind. Is he not?
Those are-
Who's
that's
Logan?
DC versus Marvel.
Sorry, who's
Yeah,
the
so-
other? Now I'm way off. Who's the other like major superhero that's in that Suicide Squad movie?
Major superhero?
Isn't there a major superhero in that Suicide Squad movie?
Not that I remember.
Cricket.
No.
Cricket.
Because they go up against...
No, Cricket's a character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No, they go up against Starro. But in terms of like heroes, it's pretty much just bad guys versus bad guys in that one.
Okay,
Because I
never
mean, Harley
mind.
Quinn, I guess, would be the closest you could get to there in terms of like anti-hero.
Mm.
Because even Peacemaker, played by John Cena, is not necessarily a good guy.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's in that one too, and he's very.
Yeah, Pete Davidson's in that movie. Forgot about that.
I love Pete Davidson, but
Me
he is
too.
just a
No.
gross-looking person.
One, he's not a good actor. I
Oh,
don't
you
think.
have not seen? Oh God, what's the one he did?
King of Staten Island.
Yes,
that movie's
that is so
phenomenal.
good. Really?
Yes.
Oh, it is like when you so
King of Staten
you
Island.
You will
know,
cry.
You're aware that Pete Davidson's dad died in 9/11, right?
No.
Okay, so his dad was
You
one of the
forgot
firefighters.
to say spoiler beforehand.
But this is
Kind
real
of
life.
ruins the movie.
Well, that's real life.
I know.
Okay. So, yes, his dad was one of the firefighters that passed away trying to save people at 9/11.
That's crazy.
And King of Staten Island, although it's not like realistic, like it plays on that though.
Heavily.
Dang.
And
Yeah.
so there's like realism to it. He's also got a horror movie that's coming up that looks interesting. I think it's called The House. I saw a trailer for it.
Okay.
He
Which,
could
if
play
he can
good
do
in
that-
a horror film, yeah.
He'd played in
He's got that
a
look. I'm just kidding.
he was in an indie kind of horror movie recently that I saw, and he was a pretty good part of it. The movie itself was okay, but he was really good. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. That was what it was called.
Okay. Huh.
And he was in that, and I thought he was enjoyable in that.
Well, I'll be darned. That's going to be on the watch list then, for sure.
King of Staten Island for sure. You should watch that. All right, your next two, Matthew.
This is his last two?
8 and 9.
Yeah, 8, 9.
Big boy can count.
Let me get Blade 1998.
Whoa. Listen,
That bad?
our friend Mason, that is his absolute favorite movie. I think he's got it tattooed on himself. I'm not
Does he
100%
really?
sure. That is his all-time favorite, which is the most insane thing I've ever heard. That should be nobody's all-time favorite ever. But I tried so hard to. I bought the trilogy pack to watch all three of them. I got like 20 minutes into Blade, and I'm like, this ain't it, Johnny.
You're lying. 20 minutes is all you made it?
Dude. It was like.
That's high for Tommy.
It was trying so hard to be edgy and cool that it like played out like a teenager trying to like smoke his first pack of cigarettes by the gas station. Like, we get it, but you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you're still wearing polo shirt. So
You're
stop.
still wearing polo shirts.
And Wesley Snipes, I'm sorry, not a good actor.
No, he's not.
You're never going to convince me otherwise.
All right, this one, and I'm surprised that it's not on Tommy's list.
I'm surprised too, and I don't even know what it is.
The Dark Knight Rises.
That was my last pick.
That one to me is the weakest of the trilogy. Like, you
Yeah,
would
but
have
it's still
like Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight Rises.
arguable.
Hey, I like a good origin story.
Like a good one.
My next pick, I'm going to go with, and this is normally people say Winter Soldier is the best Captain America or Civil War. But I personally, I love the first Captain America. I think
It's
first
the only
Avenger-
good one.
I love that one. I love that one to death. I think the whole nostalgia of him actually being in World War II, I thought that was the most interesting part of it. So I'm going to go with the first Captain America,
Okay.
specifically Captain America, the First Avenger.
There you go.
Yeah, Winter Soldier's not good.
I don't mind it. I like the espionage elements, but it doesn't feel like a Captain America movie. Like, it'd be better off if it was like a Nick Fury movie because he's the spy. But, whatever. And then I like Civil War.
Do you?
I do. But I also...
Because I want to go over our least favorite superhero.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'll
Well,
save,
here, you pick your next two then.
All right. I think I only get, these are my last two, right?
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed Wonder Woman.
I liked Wonder Woman, yeah.
So give me Wonder Woman.
I never saw the sequel, though. I heard it was bad.
I don't think it was as good.
We know why Nick liked that movie.
I keep wanting to pick Shazam for one and only reason.
I like Shazam,
Do
too.
you remember that game that they made that with all the superheroes that was like Mortal Kombat? Invincible? No, that's not what it was called.
You talking about Injustice?
Injustice.
Yeah.
Because
My son plays that all the time on the
yeah,
PlayStation.
every time you activated Shazam's superpower, he'd be like, Shazam! Every freaking time. He had no other lines. Shazam!
Hey, that's how he turned into the guy.
I know. And so I kind of want to pick it just for that, but I'm not going to.
Oh, well. Really set up there for nothing.
What's the new movie with Doctor Strange in it?
Multiverse of Madness. That's the one directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay.
Tommy, if everybody could see Tommy's face.
I liked that movie.
You and nobody else. I liked elements of it. The problem with me is the whole thing was this Multiverse of Madness, and we barely got much multiverse out of it. Like, we spent real time in like one other universe, and then we flipped through a whole bunch of them. I'm like, come on.
I think the reason I like that so much is because much like they haven't made a bad Spider-Man movie, WandaVision was 10 perfect episodes of television. And I like that we got to see where that went.
That's fair.
Right? Like, that's why I was looking forward to it so much. I was like, cool, we get more Wanda.
As much as I loved WandaVision, the part about it that frustrated me is that it set up this new precedent to where now we can make TV shows where you have to watch them in order to understand elements
Fair.
of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like that precedent. I think it worked out well in terms of like just the whole experience.
Well, it also fell apart really quick, though.
Because I would say I didn't watch the new Captain America with the Red Hulk and all that, but I would say you probably should watch the Captain Falcon Winter Soldier before you watch that, which I'm like, I did watch that, but that wasn't even a great show. So now
it wasn't good, and I think that's the reason why it tanked out. Like,
Yeah.
they don't make those one-off little like mini-series to set up a movie anymore.
Well, because they did it with the Marvels and the Miss Marvel show.
Yeah.
And then Loki, which probably will bleed into other stuff, and I don't know
I think
if
it has to, but
already.
Loki also was just really good TV.
Yeah, because it definitely bled. I didn't see it, but it bled into that Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania because
Yes.
Kong was
Yep.
in both.
Yeah.
Which now Jonathan Major's bad dude. So much for that continuing
Well, they
on.
keep making Flash movies.
Well, now not anymore. James Gunn's. We're starting from scratch with this new Superman. So,
Yeah, we are.
and I'm stoked.
But
for
I
that.
get that's a different. No, Flash is DC.
Yeah, Flash
Yeah.
is DC. Yeah.
What do you think the audience score and tomato meter is for Multiverse of Madness?
I would say critics, you're looking at maybe 55.
73.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say
So then
75.
people's got to be lower. I would say 64.
85.
Really?
See, and Mister, you're the only one that liked that movie. Me and most of America liked that movie,
Listen,
Tommy.
I would give that movie a 7. Like, I wouldn't say it's trash,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I
But top
wanted
10?
more out of it. Yeah, like there was parts of it I loved when he does go to that end of the universe, and we got the Mr. Fantastic and
Mm-hmm.
the Black Bolt. Like, I would have loved to have seen more of that. I just feel like we didn't get enough of it, and it was so much of Scarlet Witch's movie, and I get it, but I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe give her her own thing.
fair enough. Fair enough.
This is my last.
It is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, how am I at 8? Oh wait, no, at 9. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm good. Gosh, you know what? Batman Begins. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna end where it all begins. Oh, that was a joke. Matthew, your last pick there, bud?
All right, so I'm gonna go with the safe pick and not the risky one because I don't know if you can actually consider. Would you consider Kick-Ass a superhero?
I love Kick-Ass, and yes, I would.
You
Because
would
it's based
consider
off a comic book.
Okay, perfect. So I'm picking
And it's
that
a
then.
great comic book too. Kick-Ass 2, disappointing. Kick-Ass 1,
Oh, yeah, phenomenal.
top tier.
What superhero movies do you guys hate?
How much time we got?
Yeah, Tommy's watched every single one that's ever been released. So
It's hard. There are elements again that I love in both Batman Returns, or not Batman Returns, sorry, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. But I hate that they ruined everything Tim Burton set up. I think George Clooney, as much as I love him to death, horrible Batman. I think Val Kilmer did an okay Batman, but then Jim Carrey was like, hey, what if I just was like the Riddler, but also the Joker and didn't play the Riddler and ruined that one for me. So that sucked nuts.
all right, so it looks like Max Steel is listed as one of them.
See, the problem is like you're going to have a bunch of bad ones, but like, did anybody watch Max Steel?
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, do you know what Max Steel is?
I don't.
No, neither does anybody. So,
Catwoman.
with Halle Berry, yeah, unwatchable.
Halle
Wouldn't watch
Berry,
it.
hallelujah.
I did watch Elektra, which was with Jennifer Garner, which was the spinoff of Daredevil. She obviously appeared in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yes, yeah.
That movie's unwatchable.
Ooh.
Garbage film.
I got a bad one. Supergirl.
Supergirl?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Supergirl coming out, but I don't know of a movie that already exists.
Maybe it's already bad.
It's
There's a
old,
TV
dude.
show.
It's 1984. It says.
Oh, then I couldn't tell you.
It's old as heck.
The worst superhero movie ever made is Captain America: Civil War.
That is way too hot of a take. Worst
That's-
superhero movie ever made is an insane take to make for that.
There is a whole that whole plot line could have been blown out in the first 15 minutes of the movie had those two just sat down and talked to each other.
Let me ask you this: how many
Dead
times?
serious. A 5-minute conversation and that movie's over.
But there's still realism to that. Think about our line of work. How many times could problems have been avoided because people just are bad at
We
communicating?
work with children. These are ultra powerful superheroes.
Yeah, read each other's mind or
But
something.
it is such an entertaining film. The fight at the airport is entertaining.
It is, but isn't the whole thing where like one side thinks the other side killed Black Panther's son,
Yeah.
and so then they go to really fight each other? But had they just been like, "Hey, I didn't blow up the UN,"
Well,
they would have been like, "Ah, crap!
sometimes-
you're right. That was somebody else." Clearly,
Sometimes I question Tommy's take simply because of his, what is it? It's your most favorite Star Wars movie, right?
My most favorite's Empire Strikes Back, but I think Last
Your
Jedi is good, and that's why you don't like
Yeah,
it.
your second pick, right? Is the,
yeah, it's
when
my
we
second.
did the draft?
Yeah.
Dude, when Leia's in outer space, she just got blasted into smithereens and she's in outer space and she just opens her eyes and just sticks out her hand, uses the force. And dude, nothing drives me crazy. Like that scene ruined the entire movie. I can't even do it. And my wife was like, "Oh, it's so great." I'm like,
Sounds like me and your wife are on the same page.
Oh,
here.
crazy, dude.
Okay, aside from Civil War, is there any other superhero movies that you absolutely hate?
I'm not a big Captain America guy, like at
Yeah.
all.
I will say I refuse to watch them, so maybe they are good. But
The first Suicide Squad is worse than Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I have not watched any of the Venoms, nor will I. I have not watched
The second Venom, I will say, was better than the first Venom.
Okay, they had.
So wait, you played the whole Spider-Man 2 video game with no Venom movie watch?
I read comics.
Yeah, you okay? Yeah,
Yeah,
you get the concept. I understand.
And then I did not watch that Morbius movie.
I didn't either.
Anything with Jared Leto is usually bad, so there's really no
Except
need for me to
for
risk it.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Kill. Bury me. And I didn't mind him as a villain in Blade Runner 2049. I just thank Christ he was only in there for a little bit, because if you give him too much time on a movie screen, he will take it. Boy, he'll take it. That is the worst Joker performance ever. You will not convince me he was doing his own thing. He was playing it like a gangbanger. No, he's just not good at acting.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gross. I think he's a gross person.
The Hellboy movies aren't good.
Oh, whoa, that's such a hot take.
That is a hot take,
Dude.
actually.
Like the newest one with David Harbour.
Hold
I'll
on,
give
those
you
are
that.
directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Holy
and
crap!
they're good. Like Hellboy's a great comic.
I'll need to go back and watch him again. I'll give you
Ron
that.
Perlman is such a good. Like I read Hellboy comics. He does a really good adaptation of what I would assume Hellboy is like.
Black Widow was okay.
Didn't watch it.
How do you guys feel about
Birds of
Cra-
Prey.
Whoa, I
Craven
liked
the
Birds
Hunter?
of Prey too. Did not watch.
Yeah.
And I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is also Kick-Ass, plays Craven. But again, that whole Sony spin-off universe, like there was nothing there that looked interesting to me. You're basically giving me everything Spider-Man without the best part, which is Spider-Man. So don't want that.
Aquaman wasn't that good.
I've tried to finish it so many
Yeah,
times,
right.
and it's such a long movie. I always fall asleep.
Is Aquaman the scene that's got the two guys like playing video games and playing Fortnite in the house on the beach?
No, that's Avengers Endgame.
Is it okay?
Yeah, because it's Fat Thor.
because I do like that scene a lot. Fat Thor's good.
No, I mean, you got Aquaman. Jason Momoa, I think, was a fine Aquaman. I think Patrick Wilson choice for a villain was cool. And then Tamara Morrison, who plays Jango Fett, plays the dad of Aquaman, which was cool to see him do something other than a clone trooper voice.
Yeah.
Clankas. But no, I don't know. Aquaman could have been a lot better. It was just so long. Holy cow, it
Hey,
was so long.
nobody picked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, no, I wasn't born in the 80s, so that's
Don't do drugs and eat hella pizza, kids.
Or
Master
Green Lantern.
Splinter.
I think those are pretty.
Oh, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern is trash.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage.
Which is weird because Ryan Reynolds is good. He's
I know.
so good.
The new Flash movie with the Ezra Miller, who's a mess. I honestly, I did not hate it, but it was not great. God, I wanted it to be so much more because they like based it off one of the best comic book lines of all time, or the comic book storylines of all time, and they butchered it so hard.
So this one's ranked the 34th worst superhero movie out of 50.
That's so specific. Okay.
Exactly. And it's Ghost Rider, which is
I love Ghost Rider.
I digged it too. I didn't think it was the 34th worst superhero movie.
They CGI'd abs onto Nicolas Cage in his shirtless scene, and that I feel like that's all I need to say. But if I need to keep going, Nicolas Cage, I love. Don't love Ghost Rider. The CGI was fine. I don't think it was honest. It honestly was fine CGI, I think. But plot line boring. Nicolas Cage playing Johnny, whose name I don't remember.
I can't remember his last name.
I want to say Johnny Storm, but that's definitely the Fantastic Four character. I'm pretty sure. I couldn't tell you. Speaking of which, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, not great.
No.
Okay, my last one. How'd you feel?
The new Fantastic Four coming out, though, looks super good.
I'm excited for that one, yeah.
How'd you feel about Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice?
Much like Justice League, I think this, as much as I hate that the Snyder Cut has like this whole following and it's a bunch of sweaty nerds, I agree.
I'm sweaty now. Can we end the show?
I will say this. For the Snyder Cut stuff, both Snyder Cuts of the Justice League and Batman v Superman are insanely better movies. Like, the Justice League one's crazy. I mean, granted, it's a 4-hour long movie, so be ready to watch that like a miniseries. And it's cut like one, too.
But, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The differences between the original Justice League, which came out from Joss Whedon, versus Zack Snyder's, where he only had to like refilm like 5 minutes worth of footage. The fact that it is two entirely different movies and one of them's a 4-hour long one and this one's like an hour and 30 minutes of garbage, insane.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
you watch that first Justice League and you're like, oh, wow, that's like a 6 out of 10 movie at best. And then you watch the Justice League Snyder Cut and it's like, well, here's all the footage I've already seen, plus a whole bunch more that he actually filmed at the same time to make a complete movie. And this is what it looks like. And it's good.
Yeah.
It made no sense. And the Batman v Superman one, they added a little bit. I would say it was like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of extra stuff, but it was so pivotal in terms of like some character development that, again, sometimes you wonder like, why we couldn't put that 5 to 10 minutes in the theater. Like, okay.
It's all about the director, man.
Could have been better. The Martha stuff, it is what it is. And Ben Affleck's Batman, pretty yoked dude.
I would say I actually really like Superman versus Batman. That was a movie that could not have been solved by a 5-minute conversation. So no plot holes there.
No, just they have the same name for their moms. So, listen,
okay, but that is
we have the same mom name.
That is history's problem, not the movie.
Hold on now. Your mom's name's Martha also? Never mind. I guess you're not a gigantic threat to the universe. You God.
You God.
I'm here for it. Also, Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor.
Great. No?
Again, if you're looking at comic accuracy, he played the Joker. He played maniacal, where Lex Luthor's like business, corporate, tough.
Well, I feel like you have more of a perspective from the comic side of things. Like, I don't know, are you pretty into the comics, Nick? Or so you're a whole different.
I would have loved Michael Cera to be Lex Luthor,
Dude,
though.
I'm stoked for Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor in this new one. I'm stoked for that. I love Nicholas Hoult. So I think he can do it well. He's already playing it like business, corporate, cold, which I'm like, that is Lex Luthor. He's not crazy laughs, none of that weird stuff.
Because what else has he been in?
So you had him in Mad Max Fury Road. He played Beast in the X-Men movies. He's in other stuff. I'm just spacing off the top. But off the top, those are two of his big
because
ones.
I think he's been in TV is where I know him from.
Nicholas Hoult, that wouldn't surprise me.
He was the dude in The Menu.
Oh, I love the Menu.
He was the obsessed guy.
I saw a list the other day. It was like top 10 overrated movies of the past 5 years, and they had The Menu on there. I'm like, that is not overrated. That was just a good movie.
It was a very good movie. Speaking of Michael Cera, I'm going to go watch the new Wes Anderson movie on Friday.
Phoenician Scheme?
Yeah. It looks really good, and it also looks like Michael Cera just plays Michael Cera, and I'm very excited for that. Yeah.
I need to watch all of his newer stuff. I didn't get to watch Asteroid City or
so
Isle of Dogs.
So
or
good.
French Dispatch. I didn't watch
really, that one's actually like the worst out of all of those that we're talking about.
You were just getting ready to glaze. You're well, you know what? Hold on.
Isle of Dogs is actually like, I might give that might be my second favorite Wes Anderson film.
Okay.
Interesting.
I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love Grand Budapest. And
the Grand Budapest Hotel is perfect.
I know I've seen another one of his that I'm spacing off the top. I have not seen like his full catalog.
Have you seen Moonrise Kingdom?
No, but I own it.
You do? That one's like an immediate watch because, oh gosh, what's his face?
That and I bought the Criterion
The dude
Collection.
from American History X. Sam Rockwell as a camp.
Ed Norton.
That's who I said. But I'm actually talking about Sam Rockwell.
Don't remember him in American History X. But
Jeez.
He might be, but Edward Norton's the guy from American History X.
Yeah.
Then I think I'm talking about Edward Norton.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's in Moonrise Kingdom. So is Bruce Willis.
Yes, sorry. I'm getting those two confused. Edward Norton as a Scoutmaster is incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, watch
You own an
Moonrise
entire
Kingdom.
collection and you still haven't watched it?
It's insane how many movies he owns that he's
Do you
never
know
seen.
how hard it is to get my wife to stay awake?
You don't have to watch them with her.
And I don't. Like, I watched that Blackberry movie, which was so good. I watched that by myself. I stayed up till 1 a.m. watching it. So good. Like, a phone that nobody cares about, but what an enticing story behind it.
What Wes Anderson movies is Sam Rockwell in?
He's got to be in something. He is a very Wes Anderson-y looking person.
That's what I'm saying.
I did buy the Criterion Collection of Life Aquatic, and I do mean to watch that because I like Bill Murray. So
Sounds like you guys have a lot of time on your hands, you know?
I don't have any kids or a wife.
I've watched 0 of those films you speak of.
I know. I don't know. What movies do you watch, Matthew?
I don't watch movies, dude.
Why are you on a pop culture podcast, Matthew?
You know, because I was the last option. I was gonna.
Okay, apparently Sam Rockwell's never been in a Wes Anderson movie.
That is surprising news.
It's Edward Norton in all of them.
Plus, I don't have the memory Tommy does. Tommy remembers like every single
it's
actor and every
insane.
single little movie. But you could, guy's crazy.
I'm probably autistic. 'Cause if there is a hyper focus of mine, it is for some reason pop culture trivia. So.
God, that's great.
Well, anyways, listeners, now that you've listened to us rant and rave about nothing for an hour and 10.
Holy crap, we stretched that to an hour and 10 minutes.
We want to thank you all for joining us on the first ever episode of Mic'd Up and Mildly Qualified. Again, this is a bi-weekly podcast, so we'll hear
think
from
we
you in
did
a
a good
couple.
job.
I think so.
Yeah.
we did
I
great.
think it was a great first episode. Feel free to follow us on our social medias. That is at Desert Highway Radio.
That's what it is.
Yes. On Instagram and Facebook and Reddit. There is a subreddit for us as well. And if you like sports, listen to Generational Talent, another podcast from the Desert Highway Radio brand.
Where can I find that podcast?
Oh, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music,
Is this you?
iHeartRadio. That is
What
us.
are you and your dad
Yeah.
talking about the NBA Finals for? Neither of you watch basketball.
They don't need to know. All right, folks, we'll catch you next time.